see food, I see smells, I see colours, rather than a landscape or a building or a house or anything of that nature. When I think back of the great happy moments of my life, the great happy meals of my life, a disproportionate amount of them have been spent at the table, and a disproportionate amount of those have been spent at the tables in Italy. The food is part of everybody's everyday culture. Every day, every Italian expects to eat the best food their money can buy when they get up in the morning. If you just go by car, it becomes a sort of data gathering exercise, no matter how sexy the car. And so I decided to go by Vespa. It was a brilliant choice because the Vespa is, in my hands, it's remarkably slow and remarkably safe too, except occasionally. You pick up the smells, the sights, and also people regard you differently. But when the sun is bright, the road is unravelling before you like a grey ribbon. The sky is blue overhead, there's a light breeze going. It's just absolutely blissful. I mean, the most terrifying thing was actually when I remember on the first journey, when I came into Naples. You ever ridden over cobbles?
Yes.
Well, it's like having Tourette syndrome, rather violent, like this. So you can't actually see anything. Everything is a blur like this. So for 2 hours, as I tried to find where I was supposed to be going, I endured this, and I wasn't really frightened. That was the odd thing. I didn't have time to be frightened. Things are happening with such speed and such rapidity that it's like an out-of-body experience. When I finally found my hotel, I remember just lying down on the bed, fully clothed, with my helmet still on, and just passing out. I was wrung dry.
Good morning, life. Good morning, sun. How are you? Skies above. Gee, it's great to be.
Arriva, basta così.
Good morning, life. Good morning.
No, un canolo.
Un canolo, sì?
Un canolo per me. Questo è tortellone con funghi.
Tortelloni con funghi?
No,
Tortelloni con ricotta e spinaci?
Questi tortellone o questi con ricotta e spinaci? Per due?
No.
Per uno solo.
Good morning, life. Good morning, world. How are you? Happiness. All at once, I know what living can be. It's life.
Grazie signor. Grazie a tutti.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Someday be my wife. Good morning, life.
Campari has that sort of bittersweet element in it, and it's there's something sort of. I mean, the colour is quite exotic. There's something slightly summery about it. There's something ineffably sophisticated about Campari. So it's sort of it goes with Audrey Hepburn and Vespers. Now, I've always tried to be sophisticated, but my enthusiasm. If you would be sophisticated, you would be slightly cool and laid back, and not engage too much, and be tremendously intelligent on top of things. The trouble is that when it comes to food and drink, my enthusiasm tends to carry me away. I eat too much, I drink too much, I talk too much. I enjoy myself too much. No one seems to have come up with a satisfactory answer of why there is this four-course sort of structure. Well, I suspect it goes something like this, is that you come in from your 12 hours in the field or your long days in town selling things in the market, whatever it happened to be. And pasta has to be cooked fresh every time. So that gives you a lead time of 20 minutes. So what do you do when you sit around? You have some antipasti, just a bit of bread, a bit of ham, a bit of grilled vegetable, a bit of this, a bit of cheese, just to sort of settle the nerves while the pot's got on water, the pasta's put in, the sauce is heated up and so on. Per me in mozzarella di bufala servita con melanzane grigliate e in purè.
Perfetto.
Perfetto. Dopo tagliatelle al ragù bolognese al coltello.
Ok.
Home style bolognese, se ne sa. Penso che questo il carne è cotto, no, è tagliato con il coltello.
Sì, non con la
So it means that the meat is being chopped by hand with a knife rather than minced up. a nice attention to detail. This is very, very dainty compared to most Italian food. You'd probably just have mozzarella on the plate and some olive oil and that would be it. In Sicily in 1973, going to this restaurant in Erice and ordering the sausages on the menu, plate like this, 2 sausages in the middle. That was it, nothing else. These 2 plump little bangers just bronzed and glistening and smelling sweetly. But you know, when you eat them, you know, I've never had such a sausage experience in my life. It was sort of realising there is a super sausage up there somewhere. Only with pasta and its sauces do you have this perfect balance between the two. You should have the perfect balance between the two. Pasta that's what makes this the most democratic of all types of food. The perfect coexistence of 2 equal parts. One of the things we miss about pasta cooking in Britain is the exact relationship the Italians understand between pasta and the sauce. And for Italians, it is absolutely a central part of the whole eating experience that you should taste the pasta as much as you taste the sauce. Oh, thank you. Yes. Normally people have to wipe the food out of my eyebrows and various other parts of my face. What I better do also, thank you for pointing this out. You take no chances here. Respectability. Food is fundamentally about pleasure, and the more you can express that pleasure and communicate that sense of pleasure, that's what people I think really want to knock on. I just want to have those sensations of flavour, of the perfume of herbs, this texture as meat is squeezed between your teeth, releasing juices down into your throat. The crunch of vegetables, or the soft mellowness of ice cream, the waft of fine olive oil, the little burn of chilli, or the acidity of vinegar, that little prickle of vinegar on the back. That's what people want. And it seems to me that the point which every broadcaster and every writer should aim for is to try and be able to recreate the experience they have of eating and consuming something in the imagination of the viewer or the reader.
Are you that person?
It shines from my very face. I'm just a greedy bastard who actually lucked into an extraordinary career, really. Never, I have to say this, never was a man better suited to his career than I am to mine.